Emma's day had started like any other, coffee in hand, a stack of resumes to deliver, and a nervous energy in her chest. She pressed the elevator button on the 12th floor of a sleek downtown building, hoping for a quick ride. But when the doors slid open, she didn't notice the subtle plaque that read, "Executive floors, authorized personnel only." Inside, the elevator smelled faintly of expensive cologne and polished wood. She pressed the button for the 12th floor and leaned against the wall, scrolling through her phone. That's when the doors closed behind a man in a tailored suit. He glanced at her, raising an eyebrow, but said nothing. Minutes later, the elevator jolted to a sudden stop. The lights flickered. Emma's heart raced. Panic set in. She tried the emergency button, but the line was dead. The man beside her remained calm, offering a reassuring smile. "It's okay," he said softly. "We'll be out in a moment." In the tense silence, Emma noticed something unusual, not his wealth or confidence, but the kindness in his eyes. While she feared being trapped, he made her laugh nervously with small talk, easing her anxiety. When the doors finally opened, she expected a brief nod and a rush to her exit. But he paused, handing her his card. "If you ever need guidance," he said, "call me. Not many people handle fear with grace the way you did." Emma stepped out, heart pounding, and unaware that a single wrong elevator choice was about to change her life forever. The next morning, Emma couldn't stop thinking about the man in the elevator. His calm presence, his genuine kindness, it lingered in her mind more than the fear of being stuck. On a whim, she dialed the number on the card, unsure if he'd even remember her. "Hello, this is Alexander Reed," said a warm, confident voice on the other end. Emma hesitated before introducing herself and recounting the elevator incident. "I remember," he said, almost immediately, with a small chuckle. "It's rare to meet someone who stays composed under pressure. Most people panic." Their conversation flowed effortlessly, and before she knew it, Alexander invited her to visit his office, not for a job interview, but just to talk about her aspirations. Emma, skeptical yet curious, agreed. Weeks later, she found herself walking into the towering glass building again, this time with a notebook and dreams rather than panic. Alexander welcomed her with a genuine smile and a cup of coffee, treating her as an equal rather than a stranger or potential hire. They discussed her goals, her struggles, and her ideas. Alexander listened without judgment, offering guidance but never pressure. Then, unexpectedly, he suggested she take a chance on a small project with his company, something he had noticed she was passionate about. Emma felt a mixture of disbelief and excitement. A single encounter in a wrong elevator had turned into an opportunity she could never have imagined. She realized that sometimes life's mistakes, or missteps, weren't accidents at all. They were moments that led to new doors, new possibilities, and people who could change your trajectory simply by noticing your courage, kindness, and potential. As she left the office that day, Emma understood, true success wasn't just about wealth or status. It was about human connection, empathy, and the unexpected moments that shape a lifetime. Over the next few months, Emma's life began to shift in ways she had never imagined. The small project Alexander had entrusted her with grew into something far bigger than she anticipated. With his guidance, she found herself pitching ideas confidently in boardrooms she had once only dreamed of entering. Despite the fast pace, Alexander never pressured her. He celebrated her small victories and helped her navigate failures with patience. Emma realized that what set him apart wasn't just his position or influence, it was his belief in people, even those he just met. One afternoon, after a particularly grueling meeting, Emma returned to her desk exhausted. She noticed a note slipped under her keyboard. "Remember, courage and kindness go further than talent alone." It wasn't signed, but she knew exactly who it was from. Inspired, Emma began mentoring younger interns in her department, sharing not just technical skills, but the confidence and encouragement Alexander had given her. She saw the same spark in them, the same potential waiting to be unlocked. Then came a turning point. A major investor pulled out of a deal critical to her project. Emma panicked, feeling the weight of months of hard work slipping away. But Alexander's voice on the phone steadied her. Focus on solutions, not fear. You've already proven you can handle more than you think. Emma took a deep breath, rallied her team, and presented an innovative alternative. The investor, impressed by her poise and creativity, agreed to continue. That night, as she finally allowed herself to relax, Emma realized something profound. The elevator encounter hadn't just led her to Alexander. It had taught her the value of calm, courage, and compassion, and how those qualities could change not just her life, but the lives of others. She smiled, knowing she was no longer just a bystander in her own story, she was the author of it. Months later, Emma's project had grown beyond her wildest expectations. Her once small idea had turned into a company initiative that was transforming lives, creating opportunities for dozens of young professionals. Yet, she never forgot the moment that had set it all in motion, the wrong elevator, the man who had seen something in her she hadn't yet recognized in herself. One rainy afternoon, Alexander called her into his office. The sky outside mirrored the storm she had faced months earlier when the investor had almost walked away. But today, there was a different energy, anticipation, pride, and gratitude. Emma, he began. I've watched you grow from that nervous girl in an elevator to the leader you are now. You've inspired not just me, but everyone around you. Today, I want to give you something I've never given anyone else, a chance to lead a new division under your vision. Emma felt tears prick at her eyes. This wasn't just a promotion, it was a recognition of her courage, resilience, and heart. She realized then that Alexander's kindness hadn't been just a fleeting gesture. It had been a catalyst, a reminder that one person noticing your potential can change the trajectory of your life. Later, as she left the office, Emma looked up at the towering building and smiled. The wrong elevator had been the right choice after all. Life, she understood, was full of unexpected turns, some frightening, some exhilarating, but the moments of human kindness and belief in one another were what made the journey meaningful. She carried that lesson forward, mentoring, inspiring, and lifting others, knowing that a simple act of compassion could ripple through someone's life forever. And in that moment, Emma understood, the right person at the right time could change everything. But sometimes, the right person was you, choosing to believe in someone else.